Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again, or thanks for being here for the first time if you've never watched one of my videos. My name's Renee. I live in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. I spent most of my childhood here, and then I lived in a bunch of different places after that when I was a grown-up. So I've lived we've lived in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for quite a while, and then Colorado, and Baltimore County, and then we moved here back about 3.5 years ago, and it's been wonderful. My grown children have lived here. My daughter still does, and my son lives in Harrisburg area. So it's been really fun. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I was chatting in comments with my new parasocial friend, another knitting podcaster named Kelly. She is from the Knitting on the Lake podcast, a fairly new podcast, which I'll talk about later. But we were talking about, or she was mentioning in her latest video that she was just feeling very discombobulated, and she talks about that, and I was saying, I do too. I've been going through such a discombobulating time with my knitting, and it's a weird place to be, and one of the things that she does is swatch, and I so get that. I've been there and I've done that, and it's so helpful because it has you thinking about the future. But my situation was, I mentioned in my last video that I had a failed test knit situation where I tried to do a test knit that's so beautiful for the Knit Pearl girl, Sophie Hemmings, wonderful podcast. And it just didn't work out. I could never get the right gauge with the right yarn. I even tried the yarn. I ordered a whole bunch of things from Wool & Company, nothing worked. I just had to give up. And then I don't know why, but I decided when I was going on my short trip to see my mother a couple weeks ago with my daughter, that I would try and experiment. After that failure, I thought I'd try and experiment by trying to knit a short sleeve t-shirt with a set-in sleeve. Because I tried that a year ago. I'm a new knitter. I started knitting like last March. I was taking lessons, and in the last summer, I tried a set-in sleeve. I didn't even know it was a set-in sleeve. I just tried to knit a Andrea Gowan really pretty t-shirt, and I didn't know what I was doing. It has short row cap. I didn't know. And so I thought, well, you know what? While I'm on this trip, I will try an Ashley Lillis t-shirt, which I will put the name of here, and with yarn I already have, Kobu from Lion Brand. It's cotton and linen. I don't really like that yarn. It's a little heavy when it's knit up into something, but I had it on hand. It was the right gauge, and I thought it has a video, so I can really learn how to do a set-in sleeve if I need the help. And I set off doing it, but I had such trouble with the collar of all things. Like the collar with that yarn just started, no matter what size it wasn't tight. And I had such trouble with it, but I did do the set-in sleeve, and then I promptly decided I came here to do what I needed to do. It's not perfect. It doesn't really look that good, but I know the technique, and I took a photo of it, and then I just ripped it out and put it away and said, okay, I did that. So, I mean, it was okay, satisfying, but part of me thought that it would just, be a finished object t-shirt, but no, that wasn't going to happen. So that was really weird. And then I was like at a loss in terms of like, what do I do next? And one of the things I was wanting to do is try something in a fingering weight yarn, although I do have some Pearl Soho Santolino, which I really love, but I have this merino Merino Baby by Pasquale that I got on sale from my local yarn shop. And this is the color Sahara. I have Sahara and a lavender. And I was gonna make something striped with a set-in sleeve. That's where all this is going. But then I just thought, you know what? I need to do something I already know, but I just don't want to do a plain raglan. I want to do texture. I had such success with a short sleeve shirt earlier. It was a Barocco pattern called Direcco that I used Barocco Remix with. So I started off, I'm going to look at my Ravelry. I started off with a Samantha Guerrin pattern called Salty Air, the Salty Air Tee, fingering weight. You'll see the photo here. And yeah, I like how it looks in all the projects. I've decided I don't like making lace yokes for a garment. That it's just not me. I didn't like it. I didn't like the process. I didn't like what I was doing. So I called it a day and said, no, I'm not going to keep going. I didn't have that much done, but I could just tell it wasn't for me. So I thought, is there something, another short sleeve shirt that's got like texture, like the Direcco, but that has the same cast on ribbed neckline that I've just made. I cast on 112 stitches for my size. And there was, and so I'm making it. It's the, I'll put a picture up. It's the Seashore Stroll by JST Knitwear Designs, Jennifer Shields Toland. This was made in like 2023. It's a fingering weight. And you'll see the picture. This is more me. I don't know why. I like texture. I don't have very much going here, and it's on a smaller cable, so I'll just try to... Ugh. So yes, it has eyelets, just like the other one did, but I don't know. There's something about making texture in a rounder pattern that I like. It had short rows. And yeah, I'm just working on it, no rush. I like the movements of it. And I'm just working on it first thing in the morning before I work out and do other things. And yeah, I'm really liking the process of it. So there's that. Then I mentioned in my last video that I have recently become an affiliate of a lovely yarn store called the Woolly Thistle. My affiliate link is below. What that means is when you purchase something from the Woolly Thistle, which is a fantastic online store and now a physical store in, I think it's West Lebanon, New Hampshire, a part of the US that I absolutely love. And when you make a purchase, the affiliate program means that I would earn a small commission, but the price doesn't change for you, the buyer. They are a store that specializes in British wools, in European wools, in woolly wools, as they would say, as Katerina would say. They have a wonderful podcast. I bought my full set of Chalgu needles from them. And yeah, just a wonderful group of people. I've tried some of their yarns. I have some of their Rama Fivel to use that I'm going to make a colorwork hat out of when fall rolls around. So I highly recommend checking them out. But they have a shawl knit along right now. That got me thinking about shawls because I just wanted to cast on something that was engaging and that was some lace, because I can do some lace. I felt like I could in a shawl. And I found this free pattern. I wanted something with some texture and that was more than just a Sophie shawl or scarf. It's called the Magic Spring Shawl by Katerina Bobkova, designed by Yarn to You. It's a fingering weight. That's what I was looking for. I wanted something light to just have with me when I'm traveling on a plane and when things get cold all of a sudden when you're traveling. And so I cast it on. You'll see that it's in 3 sections, 3 different colors. I wanted to use sock yarn. Turns out I'm not using anything from the woolly thistle, so I'm not participating in that gal. But I got excited about using the sock yarn that I have. And I have some sock yarn from Knit Picks that I bought that I bought to supposedly make the Stephen West mystery knit along, but that was too advanced for me at the time. I'm a newer knitter, by the way. I started knitting last March. And so I have this blue, which this is knit up into a sock that I haven't finished yet. That's another story I'll tell some other time. And then I have the gold, the serpent color. This is called Twill. I love this sock yarn. And so I started the first section with the Twill in the mustard color. Let me do it the right way. I think it goes this way. And it's pulling a little bit because of the I-cord, but it will be like this when it's blocked. And I started the second section because the second section has these little flecks of gold and tan in it. And that will eventually have its own lace section. It's just going to keep getting longer and longer, as you saw in the picture. And then the third section will be this color. Yeah, this is Cascade Heritage Sock. And I forget what the color is called, but the number is 5757. I love this. It's so soft. It's very soft like this yarn is. So I like both of these. This is like a $10 or $11 skein of yarn. So it's a real value. I haven't used it, but I've felt it a lot and I've really loved how it felt. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. This is going to be possibly a travel project because it just sits in the background, and I'm hoping to take it on a scuba diving trip to Bonaire with me in mid-May. So I got it started. I will maybe get it to the point where I'm ready to add in the, just this beautiful color, and then take it with me on that trip to Bonaire. So I'm looking forward to that. It's very squishy. And thirdly, I don't know why, but I got all excited about a test call. Another test call that Rebecca Clow from the Crayabea put out. She was testing her Staffin vest, which already exists. It must be in a worsted weight. When she put out that, when she first showed that vest in her podcast, I knew that someday I would be making that vest. It's texture. It has my name written all over it. She is now developing a DK weight and a fingering weight version. And so I signed up for either fingering or DK. She assigned me DK because I already had this Drops Daisy, which I knew would be the perfect choice. I wouldn't really have to fight about anything unusual. I knew she was, she's used this yarn before. She's used Sunday and Double Sunday, and I was confident about the gauge because I'd already done a gauge swatch. When I first got this Drops order in, I ordered some Drops yarn to test them out. This is color 02 Marzipan. I have 2 balls of this, which means I'm going to have to order 2 more. And I knew that going in. I'm using a size 6, which is the, let me double check. I think that's early days. But here's the thing. I have never worked a charted pattern flat. Neither color work nor texture. So when I got the chart, the pattern and the chart, I knew just from other conversations and things that I've seen that I would be reading right to left and then left to right. But I tried maybe 3 times and I could not get it. Just kept messing up and ending up with different counts. I can't really explain why. The way that the chart printed out, because I like to use highlighter tape to mark where I'm at, it was very small. So I recreated a little bit of the chart in an Excel spreadsheet manually because I didn't know how else to do it. And I put in all the make left, make right, and a couple prompts to just help me in areas I was getting stuck. And that really helped. That really got me going. It was a size that I could print out, I could see, I could print it landscape, I could use my highlighter tape. And that's worked out really well. Now it just gave me enough momentum that I can go to the chart and now understand. So far, like, I don't know what's going to happen later or when I do the front or whatever, but I'm okay right now. So I'm really happy. I'm happy about that. So I'm feeling a little less discombobulated because I have to say, when I started the Seashore Tea, I thought, can I make anything? Like, after, I don't know. I think you just can get into a rut where you get into your head and you think, I think that's why I started the scarf, the shawl, because I was like, I think I can do this. I think I can make something like this, hopefully. And that made me feel a little better. But I think if you have a couple things happen, like the test knit that I didn't do, and then the t-shirt, I thought maybe if I got the sleeves right, then I could move on and keep doing it. And then that didn't happen. So real quick, I wanted to share with you a couple things that I have put in my favorites recently that you may or may not know about. So I just wanted to share a few of them because I'm excited about them. Okay, the first one is by Garcia Knits. Her name is Inez Garcia, and it's the Keep Me Satisfied. This just came out in April. It's fingering weight, and it's short sleeve or long sleeve. I already love that, but it's got all this texture. It looks like garter stitch and maybe, I don't know, seed stitch. I love the way this looks. It looks so interesting. I could see myself wanting to make a long sleeved, but I don't know if I can hang in there long enough. But I love the examples and I love the yarn. I went down a rabbit hole with this Earth yarn, URTH. I think they sell it on Wool & Company. It's called 16 Fingering, and the colors available. Yeah, it says, Keep Me Satisfied is a game of textures. It's a sweater/shirt with a playful construction. I love it. It just seems like it would be so engaging, you know? So that's the first one. The second is this lacy loop tee by Other Loops. I keep looking at this. I don't even think I would bat an eye at this in the store. I think it's, again, more like I could see myself throwing this on when we're, you know, scuba diving vacation or something. And I don't know what else. It's another fingering weight. It's made out of Knitting for Olive pure silk or Lane's de Nord luxury silk. There is a burgundy version in the projects that you'll see that is stunning. I'm obsessed with that. I'm not even really a burgundy person, so I don't know. I don't know if this would be like a really cool process or whether I would end up having a nervous breakdown. I'm not sure. I wanted to point out another one that's an older pattern that I stumbled across. It's by Fiber Tales. It's called the Cloudberry Tee. And the thing I love about this, I don't think I'm going to be making this year, but I wanted to save this because it's got color work on the sleeves, on the short sleeves. It's so cute, so unique. I love that. I don't know if that's duplicate stitch or actual color work. Let's see. Yeah, easy color work motif with baubles. Yeah, so cool. It's made with Woolberry Fiber Co. in the example. I'm sure all of you have seen this beautifully colored colorwork sweater by Audrey Borrego called Calamondine. She's made all of her patterns free recently, and this just came out. I am in love with this orange red in the colorwork. This really got me. I have to make this someday. It's fingering weight colorwork, and she used Filcolana Orwetta. I think the Bulb Bazaar Sock Extra Fine is the orange red. If I was making this, I would be searching high and low to duplicate that color if I couldn't get my hands on the actual yarn that she used. I love it. I love it. The thing that I think I might be interested in making in this warmer weather, in the upcoming warmer weather, is the new Amy Shear makes t-shirt called the Relax Tee. And it's got these garter ridges that would be just really engaging. Somebody's made a striped version. She's made hers out of Knitting for Olive Pure Silk or La Bien-Aimée Twist Nouveau. So really interested in that. One of the things that keeps catching my eye is a pattern like the new Beth McDonald Stone pattern called Get Out of the Pool. There's a DK version that came out, and she's wearing it in a couple of her videos. I love her videos. And she's developing a fingering weight one right now. There's something about I'm not a variegated yarn person, but there's something about the colors. When you see it in the video, it's even more stunning than the pictures. There's something about the color. I love her videos because she's in Bermuda. She lives in Bermuda. And this such a unique process of making a shirt like that, where it's all ribbing, and then it takes advantage of variegated yarn because it doesn't pull in the sleeve because you're going across. I don't know. I think there's mattress stitching on the side. I don't think I would be interested in buying a shirt like this if I saw it in the store, but there's something about it that becomes more attractive when I've seen the videos and when she's wearing it. So we'll see. I don't know if in fingering weight it would be quite a project, but it's definitely now in my favorites because it just looks so appealing to me. I could see it with a pair of shorts. I don't know where I go with all of these shirts that I'm wearing because I'm not on camera anymore in my prior career, where I was always in Zoom calls and before that in face-to-face meetings. I don't do that anymore, so I don't know. But anyway, I think I'm looking to make these unique, colorful pieces because I can make them and create them and enjoy the yarn as I'm making them. I think that's the attraction too for me. I'm sure you can relate. So that's that. I want to mention two podcasts. One is new. The other one I think is also fairly new that I've really been enjoying that I want to share with you. The first is Kelly, who I had mentioned, Kelly from Knitting on the Lake podcast. She lives in Massachusetts and she is a very experienced knitter. I love everything she's wearing when she's wearing knitwear. She even wore a shawl a couple videos back that when she was on vacation that I had to know all about that shawl. I love her color choices. She's an interior designer. So, I mean, if yarn wasn't now an obsession of mine, paint color is definitely an obsession, a love of mine. I love paint colors. And putting things together like that. So yeah, I wanted to share her podcast because I am enjoying it so much. I can't wait to see what she does next. And then the next one is Christina she's in New Mexico, a place that we absolutely love. My husband and I are rock climbers. We adore deserts and mountains in deserts. And so New Mexico is near and dear to us. And she is just a wonderful knitter, an engaging podcast host. I'm so interested in what she's doing. She's also a writer and an artist, just craft jewel. And she's also a writer, so she's just interesting through and through. So please enjoy checking those podcasts out, and join in the conversation below. Let me know if you were knitting on something, what it was when you were watching this, and what plans you have in the spring. Are you interested in any of the patterns that I mentioned? Do you have them in your queue yourself? Yeah, please join in the conversation. Thanks for being here again. Oh, I do want to say it's been exactly 1 year since I started this podcast. I think it was the end of March. I can't believe it's been a year. It's when I first started knitting. And of course, I still feel so new. There's so much to keep exploring and experimenting with. I'm really happy to be a part of this community, and I'm enjoying making friends online and hopefully someday in person. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.